Hello guys, I'm Teacher Ricardo e nessa videoaula vou ler para vocês o que é a CEFR. Vou ler em inglês. Vamos lá treinar o nosso speaking, galera. Vamos lá. Treinar o speaking e principalmente o listening. Vamos lá. Se você achar difícil, volta novamente o vídeo e tenta escutar. Bora? CEFR is an abbreviation of the Common European Framework of Reference for Language Learning Teaching Assessment. In language teaching, different European countries use many different syllabuses and examinations. For example, how to compare an exam after 5 years in Switzerland with an end of school certificate from Spain. Global scales from the Council of Europe decided to create a framework. These were descriptions of ability in a language. An European language has their then used number of hours. Her qualification describes what people can actually do in language. These abilities would range from knowing just some words to knowing and using the language almost perfectly. The global scales have 3 levels, and each level is divided into 2. A. Basic user. A1. Breakthrough or beginner. A2. Way stage or elementary. B. Independent user. B1. Threshold or intermediate. B2. Advanced or upper intermediate. C. Proficient user. C1. Effective operational proficiency or advanced. C2. Mastery or proficiency. For each level, the CEFR describes what a learner can do in reading, listening, speaking, and writing. For example, at the end of level A1, the learner can interact in a simple way provided the other person talks slowly and clearly and is prepared to help. C2 can express him and herself spontaneously, very fluently and precisely, differentiating finer shades of meaning even. In more complex situations, against this framework, any formal exam, certificate, or syllabus can be met. In other words, an aspect of learning, teaching, or testing a language can, given time and effort, be put somewhere on this table. Self-assessment grids. To make this easier for learners to understand, they also created a self-assessment grid where learners can compare what they can do in reading, writing, speaking, and listening. With the CEFR levels, for example, when speaking to people, which describes you best? C1. I can take part effortlessly in any conversation or discussion and have a good familiarity with idiomatic expressions and colloquialisms. C2. I can interact with a degree of fluency and spontaneity that makes regular interaction with native speakers quite possible. B2. I can interact in a simple way provided the other person is prepared to repeat or rephrase things at a slower rate of speech and help me formulate what I'm trying to say. A1. Making progress. Individual learners will progress differently depending on many factors such as exposure to the language and culture, knowledge of other languages, motivation, and so on. As a rough guide, Cambridge Exams estimates that each level is reached with the following guided learning hours: A2 108 hours to 200 hours, B1 350 hours to 400 hours, B2 500 hours to 600 hours, C1 700 hours to 800 hours, and C2 1000 to 1200 hours.